Hello and welcome to round 10 of the NPL Victoria. It's the home side, FC Bulleen Lions, taking on top of the league, Heidelberg Warriors, and what destined to be quite a competitive clash today between two sides that are in relatively good form. We'll go through the lineups. For the home side, in goal, and the captain for today, number 25, Emily Shields. Number 3, Catherine Renahan. Number 7, Danny Buttress. Number 8, Sarah Kane. Number 10, Maddie Rakic. Number 11, Anais Georgievski. Number 12, Mary Brown. Number 16, Grace Cagnina. Number 19, Nina Saleh. Number 20, Sasha Kozamara. Number 30, Holly Massey. And then for the visitors, in goal today, it's number 21, Mia Bailey. Number 2, Maya Heaton. Number 3, Rosie Wild. Number 4, Carmen Barrero. Number 5, Sarah Matsuda. Number 7, Steph Galea, and captain for today. Number 8, Catherine Vilhopoulos. Number 11, Nicole Cooper. Number 14, Asuka Miyata. Number 16, Molly Burke. Number 24, Heidi Dray. And the refereeing team, I guess you could say the match officials led by Shabnam Saban. And it will be Sawa Matsuda to take the kickoff. Heidelberg to the left, to the right of the stream in their traditional yellow and black. Bulleen kicking to the left. And we're underway here at the Veneto Club, and it's a long ball quickly. Sent all the way to Maddie Rakic. And gone out. Of course, Maddie Rakic did actually play for Heidelberg. Of course, did change colours, I guess you could say, hopped across the pond. We're in the number 10 shirt today, in right back. And it's a long ball again. And here's Steph Galea, the captain. Tries to find Matsuda. And here's Kane, who feeds Rakic. All the way over to Shields. And here's Massey. And Shields is under pressure, but she goes along to find Rakic. Goes all the way through. And here's Massey. Sends the ball over the top. Tries the overlap with Maddie Rakic. Doesn't quite pay off. And it's taken quickly. And here she is again with another opportunity to drive. She does send it long into the box. It will be dealt with by Mia Bailey. Of course, Heidelberg did win the league last year. They didn't win the league, per se. They came fourth, and they did win the grand final. The last time they did play Bulleen was in that semi-final 4-2 victory. Of course, Bulleen did win the league. It was 4-2 on that day, and it was here at the Veneto Club. And it is taken. It's gone out for a corner. There's an opportunity here for the Lions. And it's everyone back for the Burgers. One up top, Sawa Matsuda. He's known for scoring some goals here. Of course, not traditionally a striker, but he does have 9 this season in as many games. So keep an eye out for her on the score sheet after today. But it will be a corner for the Lions. And it's gone. Edge of the box for Kozumara. It's not quite there, but Catherine Volhopoulos sends Matsuda. And Matsuda's got support. She does not get the ball, but it's Josevsky and it's Cooper. And Rakic. Goes back to Kozumara. And that was Renahan. Back to Kozumura and over to Rakic. And here's Kane. And there's a chance for Heidelberg to progress. Steph Galea tries it through the middle. Renahan to Rakic. It's a long, beautiful ball by Rakic. It's cleared. That was Josevsky there, trying it. Not quite enough. But she will move back into position, into a right wing role. She's obviously known for. She did move from Boroondara Eagles to the Lions, following their league win, per se. And here's Barrero. And it's long. To me, Bailey, who retrieves. Oh, and here's Josevsky, who does get the ball from Mia Bailey. Sent into the box. Not quite, but it's cleared. And it's Velhopoulos with a trickery. Gotten out of possession. But it's Miyata. Some dyed hair. Some new look for Miyata, of course. Did have a great season last year for the Burgers. A very key part in their grand final win. Of course, they did lose a couple of those players that did help them win that grand final. The likes of Sarah O'Donoghue did move to Melbourne Victory. As Namiambo did move to South Melbourne, and Alana Jansevsky also went over to the Victory. Obviously, they did just lose that grand final. Alana Jansevsky did play that game. You would assume she would rejoin the squad in a bit. But he's Rosie Wild. And Maya Hasten sends it over to Barrero. It's not quite for Barrero, but Josevsky gets there. And it's Kane. Cleared by Miyata. Kane sends it long. And here's now it's long to Molly Burke to find Galea. And Galea's out wide. She does get there in time, but it's gone out for a keeper kick. Oh, and Barrero came off central role. And it's Saleh. And Kane. And then out. Of course, Heidelberg, yep, top of the league. South Melbourne are 1-0 down against the Sydney Royals. Of course, South Melbourne are undefeated. 5 wins, 4 draws. And after today, maybe a loss. And Heidelberg, top of the league, just 6 wins and 2 draws and a loss. But that's over the top. And here's Buttress, who cuts inside. Cleared. And he's Galea. Tries to send it along to Matsuda. Kaganina. Kosamara. And all the way back to Shields. And over to Renahan. And back over to Kosamara. He tries to find a player in the middle of the park. But Miyata gets there. And it's Kane who clears to Buttress. And Buttress drives. And she'll go herself onto the inside. And go from distance. Oh my word, off the bar. And that was brilliant football by Daniela Buttress there. Just didn't dip enough. Just over the bar as well. By Daniela Buttress, the 18-year-old who has 4 goals this year. Of course, she's a name to watch in the NPL Victoria space, I guess you could say. She did come through at Roxburgh Park. And then FE emerging. She did represent Australia last year at the Under-20s Asian Cup. Obviously no bad feat. Definitely one to look out for. A 1-0 athlete. But here's another chance for the Lions. And here's Josefsky. And Mary Brown's offside. And it will be a free kick for Mia Bailey. And it's still 1-0 in that game against Essendon Royals, South Melbourne Essendon Royals. Which means any result today for the Warriors will put them top of the league. Of course they are now. Here's Matsuda, the league's top goal scorer. He finds Dry. Here's Miyata, and long by Wild. And gone out wide again, and he's Vlahopoulos. It was try strike. So he's on the floor, but there's another opportunity here for Molly Burke. And Miyata on the floor, and tackled and free kick for the Warriors. Does look like it'll be my hasten to take. That's one of the other new signings. So she did replace that Olivia Edwards shaped hole in defence quite nicely, of course, as well. And it's a great ball into the box. No one is there. It's headed back in and headed over the top. And Steph Galea will have another opportunity. She is bodied out. And it's taken quickly. Renahan. Long to Miyata. Turned by Rakic. Here's Miyata now. We'll go to Galea. She's fallen over in the box. And it will be a free kick on the edge of the 18-yard box. It was close. Of course, there's about 6 people standing over the ball as well, so we'll see who does take it. Of course, the usual taker is Miyata and Steph Galea, but we'll see if... Well, it was Anais Josefsky. Not Alana Josefsky, of course, but that did change. And it's Cameron Barrero standing over the ball with Galea. Vlahopoulos lurking. Of course, Cameron Barrero is left-footed. She will be taking it. It looks like. next to her captain. And Barrero. And in. Far post. And just trickles along the floor. And Cameron Barrero gets her goal. Her second for the season. And that's a beautiful free kick for the Burgers. And they go 1-0 up away from home. And of course, Cameron Barrero did come through St. Houston State in the US college system. She did have also a stint with Perth Soccer Club. And did go to Sacred Heart as well. Of course, she is at Heidelberg now. And she has had a couple seasons here. It's probably her third season. We're in the yellow and gold. The golden and black, I assume. But he's Mia Bailey now. And it is 1-0, as mentioned. So it's looking like they're 4 points clear at the top of the league so far, if results do play out their way. Because Alameda did lose yesterday against Bentley Greens, so they've opened the gap. And here's Matsuda. And Miyata turns. Goes back to Hazen. And all the way back to Mia Bailey. And Hazen is the goal scorer. Barrero. Bailey. Wild now. So they're going down and go back to Mia Bailey. Hazen. Miyata, brilliant. And finds Matsuda. And goes for Hopolos down to Steph Galea. Shouts for an offside. But it's Shields who gets it away. And he's Dre. He's Kane. And Beatrice battling against Dre. And that's Brown, who sends it long to Beatrice, who only has Dre to beat. Goes inside. Centers it. Miyata clears. And it has gone out for a throw. It's a long ball into the box. Shouts for a handball. No handball. It's Saleh. And Vilhopolos. Matsuda. Sends. Not quite. And he's Kane. To Beatrice again. Goes on the inside. Cleared again. Something about Molly Burke. And it'll just be Grace Cagnina here. Tying her shoelaces, slowing the game down a little bit. Of course, they have gone down early. They do sit fifth in the league, of course. They do tend to get quite a big A-League contingency joining them at the finalisation of their career. Their A-League season, per se. Unfortunately, last year they did have the likes of Maya Markovsky, Paige Joyce, Emma Checker. This year, we will yet to see who goes. But here's Sarah Kane, who feeds the ball into the box to Jasewski. And once again, headed away. Mia Bailey will be in no rush to restart play here either. And it's a long ball to find Cooper. Bounced off Matty Rakic's head. Barrero. Long to Matsuda. Burke. Out, another throw. And it will be Rakic. To former Burger herself to take. And it's a beautiful ball to find Beatrice. It goes over the top of all of them. And Beatrice is on the edge of the box. She does not shoot, but goes wide over the bar again. She's looking dangerous. First couple of minutes, 17 minutes on the clock. Of course. Danielle Beatrice tearing the league alight this season and last. Just 18 years of age. Of course, did make that AFC Under-20s Asian Cup at 17. Sky's the limit for this girl. Galia. Headed away by Cagnina. And he's Dre. He will take it. Matsuda. Renahan. And he's Massey. And out. All the way back. Barrero. Still Barrero. Burke. Miss kicks it. Here's Mary Brown. He tries to get the ball off Miyata. She doesn't. But he's Hazen. And now Wild. Oh, and Wild playing with fire here. But it's gone back to Mia Bailey and long. To Matsuda. He ties a little cheeky back heel. And it does get to Cooper. And Galia goes. Galia crossed the ball in. Once again headed away. And it will be a corner for United. Looks like it will be Cameron Barrera to take, of course. Should you take the last one? And when Barrera, because is only 21, she has had a couple of seasons here. I think she's got 40 NPL women's appearances. It's about 2 seasons worth. But here she is on the corner. And it's gone straight in. Aims for Steph Galia, but it's gone out again by way of a Bulleen Lions header. And it's another corner. Mia Bailey standing pretty much on the halfway line. And it's gone in again. Cleared away by Shields. Back post by Cooper. And it will be a throw this time. Vlaopoulos. Barrera there. Burke. Battling. Cleared by Hazen. To Shields. Here's Kazamara. Against Matsuda. Goes back to Shields. And wide, but she's under pressure by Nicole Cooper. And he's Rakic. Long by Kane. And he's Massey. Not quite, once again. Retrieved by Mia Bailey. Ooh. And Matsuda, and the deflection almost goes thin. By Holly Massey there. Bailey. Finds Rakic. And out. Barrero with the throw. Miyata. Burke. Back to Barrero. And all the way back to me, Bailey. She goes to Hazen. Now, Bailey will slow the game down and go to her other fullback. Wild. And then Long to find Galea. Minis Kozamara. Oh, and Shields under pressure and goes long to Buttress. Buttress. Kane. Wild. To Galea. Galea's got Cognina to beat, and she doesn't beat her. It's Cognina. Clears. Vlahopoulos tries the header. Doesn't get there. It's Massey. And here's Rakic. Long ball by Rakic. Tries to find Josefsky. Doesn't. Of course, on the bench for the Lions. Number 1, Erin Hudson. Number 23, Navia Wright. Number 32, Catherine Kakalis. Number 35, Lavinia Andropoulos. Number 36, Alyssa Solis. Number 41, Eva Papaleo. For the Burgers, sitting on their bench is 15-year-old. Number 1, Anastasia Kiriakou. Number 10, Bronte Peel. Number 25, Emilia Ingalls. Number 28, Samantha Kerwood-Wagner. Number 30, Erin Tarrant. And number 46, Shyla Balla. It's cleared by Massey. Another chance. And another throw by Rakic. Headed away by Barrero. Beatrice gets the ball quickly. Of course, 20 minutes left on the clock. And South Melbourne's just gone 2-0 down against Essendon Royals. So the top of the league is wide open for Heidelberg, who, as things stand, will sit 4 points clear at the top of the league. And it's sent in by the corner. Scrambling. Is there going to be a foot on it? It's gone wide of the post by Grace Cognina. And she's been asked to leave the field. Of course, Alamein as well. They do sit with a goal difference of 6. South Melbourne, obviously no longer undefeated, have 17. So it's very tight, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. But top of the league, sit Heidelberg, 4 points clear. Matsuda headers it on, and here's Nicole Cooper, who's got only the keeper to beat. Goes near post and straight into the arms of Emily Shields. Of course, as well, those of you that do care, Auckland United, rather, 0-0 against Melbourne Victory. 27 minutes played in that game as well. Obviously, they did start at the same time as us. Melbourne Victory did start 2-0 down in that fixture. Obviously, they did lose 2-0 at home. And here is Wild, who goes to Dry and back. Barrero. Long to Vlahopoulos. And Galea, who swapped wings with Cooper. Tries something special there. That's Kane. Dry, cleared. But there's Mary Brown chasing. Josefsky. Rakic. Kane. Renahan. Long to Boutros. She's got Dry to beat. Goes on the inside, outside. Crosses the ball in along the floor. Nobody's there. But Holly Massey's chasing. Battling against Steph Galea. Still Holly Massey. Still Massey on the edge of the box now. Another low-driven cross into the box. Another one. And then another one. And here's Miyata, who will push it to safety. And a rear line throw. Burke. Cagnina. Kozamara. Here's Saleh. Kane. It's long by Kozamara. Brown to Boutros. So, missed kick by Dre, and it is cleared nicely by Rosie Wild. And his Boutros still has another chance. Will cost the ball. Low-driven shot into the box again. And now Saleh gets a chance. Goes on the outside of Vlahopoulos and goes for goal. It's not quite. And here's Steph Galea up against Matty Rakic. Shouts for a handball again. Matty Rakic just slots it nicely out for a corner. And it will be Suka Miyata to take. Of course, one of the few Japanese faithful, I guess you could say, in the league. There's not many of them, but they do know how to make an impact. She will take the corner, and everyone back for Bulleen. There is Molly Burke lurking on the edge of the box, who decides to make a run into the box. And it's sent in by Miyata, and over the bar. Beautiful by Renahan, and he's Rakic. And out, and it'll be a Bulleen throw once again. Rakic. To Kane. Who finds Cagnina. Cagnina will try to go back to Kane, but she turns. Cooper. And finds Boutros, who nutmegs Dry. And Dry still gets the ball. Does pass it over to Cooper. And here's Matsuda. Sends the ball long. And Galea has an opportunity here. She doesn't quite get there in time. And Shields will go to Kozamara. And Barrero. Galea back to Wild. And then back to Mia Bailey. Bailey goes back to Wild. Hazen. Barrero. Bailey with a long kick to find Galea. He finds Vlahopoulos. Vlahopoulos. And Renahan. And out for Barrero. Throw to takes it quickly to find Galea. Galea just does get a heavy touch on it, and it is going back the other way to the Lions. And it will be Kazumara. Saleh. And long by Shields to Boutress. He gets a knee on it. And she's a bit stuck into a corner, but she does find Saleh. And Saleh goes straight to Miata. Miata long. Cleared by Cagnina. And a bit of miscommunication at the back for the Warriors. But it's gone all the way back to Mia Bailey. Wild. Long. To Cooper. Matsuda. Vlahopoulos now. Miskicks it once again, and here's Saleh, who feeds Boutress down the line. And once again, she's got Dre to beat. And she does along the floor. Straight into the arms of Mia Bailey once again. It's her third opportunity for the game. It's deja vu for Daniela Boutress. Of course, we do know she can score. She has scored 4. And she did score 115 goals amongst youth level growing up. Of course, you don't get a call up to the under-20s Matildas for no reason. Barrero. Galea. Vlahopoulos. Now Galea. It's gone back the other way. Madiraki takes it quickly and finds Massey. And it's still 2-0 in that game. Essendon and South Melbourne. And it's long and cleared by Galea. And it's Barrero up against Josefsky. He has gone out. It's time for another line to throw. Brown. Crossed by Josefsky. Boutress is there, tries the overhead. Miskicks it. But he's Kane. To Saleh. Saleh goes from distance. Once again over the bar. Of course, Heidelberg are led by Dennis Georgakopoulos, and Sven Vermild, their technical director. Because they did do that search for a manager in the off-season. Evidently, they did decide to go with what was familiar, and they did win them the league last year, well, the grand final. And Bulleen Lions, of course, Caitlin Friend. Sits in the dugout. That's Galea there. He goes back to Barrero. And And long, but no one's there. There's Renahan. Rakic. Off Galea. But it's still going. Shirt pulled back a little bit there, but he's Miata. He tries some nice trickery and go over the top to Galea, and it does go over the top of Rakic, and Galea's by herself on the wing. And it's going to be a goal kick. Renahan. And it's Jasewski, he deals with it, and Rakic goes long. And Hazen's under pressure. And she doesn't know what to do, but she kicks it out. Maybe Maddie Rakic again to take it. Of course, traditionally a right back. Did play right back for majority of the season last year. She has spent a couple games on the wing for Bulleen this season. She hasn't actually scored, but she's been involved in some great football on the on the head end of the pitch, I guess you could say. But she's had a lot of the ball today in just those throw-ins alone. And that battle against Steph Galea is just a sight to see, isn't it? And it's a great cross into the box by Rakic. And here's Beatrice, who still has it. And we'll try to cross it in. She will go in between the two of them. Goes down. No penalty is the call. And cleared for another throw. Will be Grace Cagnina to take. There is some issues. Someone is hurt, apparently. Looks to be Beatrice. Bit of a head knock. Potentially a concussion. Bit confused as to what's happening, to be honest, but she's been told to leave. And it will be Cagnina to take the throw. And it's gone to Kane. He'll go wide, and Velhopoulos intercepts. Burke to Wild. Over the top, and here's Matsuda to go to Cooper. Cooper to Matsuda. Matsuda will go from distance. It just bounces before the keeper. And Beatrice is back on the field. But he's Renahan. Long to Jasewski. It's actually Rakic, who now finds Jasewski. And there's Jasewski still, who battles against Miata, and Miata retains the ball and goes long. Rakic doesn't quite get there, and here's Matsuda by herself with 4 Lion players around her. But here's Velhopoulos to find Galea. And Galea has 2. She goes to Burke and goes back to Galea. She won't get there in time. Of course, it's taken quickly as well. And here's Barrero, who goes straight into the box. And here's Cooper on the edge. Goes to Matsuda. Doesn't quite connect with it. But he's dry. Wow, it's a great shot. It's gone just shy of the far post. And taken quickly to Brown, and then back to Rakic, who turns and goes over to Renahan. Renahan finds Josefsky, and it's sent to Kane, who will pull the strings here and find Saleh, who's lining up for a shot, just wide. And over the fence. And the fourth official's getting ready to indicate how long is left of this first half, of course. It was that goal by Cameron Barrero to separate the two. That free kick, of course. And Mia Bailey goes over the top of all of them. It is cleared by Kazamara, Matsuda, and Cooper. Cooper goes to Vlahopoulos. Still Cooper. Cooper goes. Deflected, but Matsuda's there. And it's in. Not offside is the call, but Matsuda gets her 10th for the season. Shouts for an offside. It was, of course, deflected. But Matsuda, obviously, did spend some time in Japan. Obviously, a native. Was in the second division of Japan over there, playing for Nomija Stella and via Tamaris Miyazaki. Of course, before signing for Kilo Park in Melbourne. Score a hat-trick on debut for the side. And, of course, now at Heidelberg and scoring 10 goals for the side. They have only scored 22 all season. So that is a very large portion of the goals coming from Sawa Matsuda, of course. And what a great ball that was by Nicole Cooper. Over the top. It's great vision. But it's 2-0 with 1 minute added on, as the fourth official has mentioned. Cognina. Back to Kane. Long by Kane. And it's a free kick. Against Massey. But it'll be Kane to take. It will be Sasha Kazumara to take, and she's gone wide to Josefsky, but it's cleared by Barrero. And here's Vlahopoulos, just deflected, and Kane still has an opportunity to go forward. Tegnina goes wide to Josefsky. Josefsky centres. Josefsky again. Cleared near post by Wild. Has gone out, and it will be a corner. The 48th minute on the clock as well. Because the fourth official did indicate 1 minute. And then there was that goal. But it will be Nia Saleh to take it, the 18-year-old. And Saleh crossed, headed by Cognina. And that's half-time here at the Veneto Club. 2-0 to the visitors, Heidelberg, who do sit top of the league. South Melbourne have just lost 2-0 to Essendon Royals away from home. It was a goal by Cameron Barrero and a goal by Sawa Matsuda, using goal-scoring form. Score a 10th for the season. But that's the first half here at the Veneto Club. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the second half. But we're underway here again in the first half. And it's going to be a corner straight away. And then we'll be underway shortly. And it's gone into the box. It does hit a head, and there is a player on the floor. Looks to be a head injury. And there is... She's up, back on her feet. It is Danny Boutros once again, who did get a head injury in the previous half, but it looks like that'll be Kognina to take a throw, and it is. Jasewski tries it. Boutros is back on. Headed out by Boutros, and then long by Wild. Kane. Jasewski. Kane again. Kane will go all the way back to Renahan, who will go long to try find somebody. She doesn't find anyone. But Hazen there was under pressure, and she does go now for another throw, and this will be Saleh. And out once again. Cooper, Matsuda, pushed, free kick. And it's a long ball. Miyata tries to find Jasewski. Kane, Barrero, Matsuda, Miyata. Goes a through ball through to Matsuda. It is saved by Shields. Matsuda tries again. Burke. And Molly will have a go. Boutros. Velopoulos hit the referee, and it will be and it's a great stop by Velopoulos, and here's Galea. Cooper. Cooper's got space. And it's Miyata now, who has space to strike. It has gone wide. Shields. Saleh. And Cooper will try it, and she does try find Volopoulos. It's a great ball down the line by Massey. And he's Boutros. Boutros on the inside. Slips over and tripped, and that is a penalty for the home side. And that's some beautiful footwork there by Danny Boutros to draw in the foul. And it will be a penalty. And it looks like it will be Holly Massey to take. Of course, she has scored 2 this season. To make it 2-1 here at the Veneto Club. Be Holly Massey lining up. And Massey. And into the back of the net by Holly Massey. And that's 2-1. Early in the first half. Of course, Holly Massey does seem some serious quality to this side. She did play for Everton Women's. Of course, part of that English national setup previously. She was an absolute star at Lamar University. 6 goals and 11 assists in her final college season. Of course, this is their third today. The third for the season, rather. And it was a penalty. And it is 2-1, and it does give the Lions hope progressing into this game. Vlahopoulos. Cooper. Saleh. He will find Kane. And Kane will go to Matty Rakic. Rakic will drive and go out wide to Josefsky. Josefsky crosses. Tries to find Danny Boutros, and Danny Boutros with the overhead kick. And another chance here. And Matty Rakic just sends it over the bar. But that was, again, serious football here by Bulleen Lions. And it was almost 2-2. Almost. With Mia Bailey here. It did dive the right way for that penalty. And it's long. And it tries to find Galia. Galia needs it to Miyata. Tries to find Mitsuda. Renahan. Miyata clears, and it's not quite see on the camera, but it has hit us. Rakic. Long to Josefsky. And there's a player on the floor once again. Seems to be a common trend as well in this game. Behind the ball, but and that is the goal scorer, Holly Massey. She's limping off, but she's up. It didn't sound very good from here. Matty Rakic again. Rakic with the throw. Fine, Jasewski, he's offside. Long kick by Bailey to Galia's head, who hits it on to Matsuda. Volhopoulos. And Galia's through. She's got Rakic to beat. She goes with the top of her. On the outside, Rakic does get the better of her. Barrero. Long throw to Volhopoulos. Miss kicks it, and it's Kane. Massey. Slips. Free kick. Volhopoulos having a bit of a terror game today. Of course, one of those days. She does pop up with a goal every now and then, Catherine Volhopoulos. Of course. Did win that under-19s NPLW Golden Boot back in 2018. It's a long ball by Kozumara. It's a bit of a missed kick by Kane. And he's Brown. And he's Boutrous. Goes on the inside. Gets around one. Tried to be taken down again, but she stayed up. And Boutrous. And Bailey. And goes quickly to Barrero. Barrero. It's long. It's Miyata who goes slowly to Hazen. Ooh, and that's a bit of an off-the-ball challenge by Dry, but it's brought back for a throw-in. And that's a great ball, but it is cleared by Renahan. Cooper. Miyata. Miyata, still Miyata. It's taken down. It's a free kick. And the referee reads to a back pocket, and there's a yellow card. And those of you that do care, Moen Victory has gone 1-0 up against Auckland. It is 1-1 in that clash. In that A-League semi-final, of course. And that's a great ball into the box to find Matsuda's head. And wide. Once again, there's a player on the floor. Miyata to take it. There is coming Barrero lurking for the short pass. And it's gone into the box. And it's cleared off the line. And then cleared long as well. And there is no one forward for Lions. But he's Dry. Back to Bailey. Tries to find Galia. Kane. Over the top of her head. Miyata. He's got a chance here to increase that deficit back to 2 goals. Miyata. Rakic with a nice roulette. And here's Josefsky, who will go long. Hazen. And it's Brown. Took a shot there. And that's Cagnina. And long to find Brown. It's bounced off a hand, but it will be play on because it's natural. Rakic. Headed away. And Galier's on the floor. Well, it is Descalier. Looks to have cramped up. Because Descalier be part of the furniture here at Heidelberg. She did join in 2016 after 12 years at Bundoora United. She did win the Nike Cup. There was talk of her leaving after that memorable grand final. Obviously, quite emotional full-time speech she gave to her team. But since then, she did commit for another season. And here she is now. She does have a goal this year, the 31-year-old. Crazy to think that that's the oldest person on this team sheet today. 31-year-old Steph Galea, who is going off, and it looks like she is injured. Unfortunately, of course, she did struggle with injuries last year. And we do hope it's not a recurring injury. And it's just a slight niggle, but there will be a change for the Burgers. And there's lots of shouts in the crowd. And coming on is Bronte Peel. For the Burgers, and the crowd's loving it. Of course, quite a decorated resume from Maitland, of course. She was named 2024 Northern New South Wales Football Women's Player of the Year. Here she is now. And here we go. That's an opportunity to drive, and she does send Molly Burke out wide. She does battle against Maddie Rakic. Rakic goes on the outside. It's cleared by Burke. Matsuda. Cooper. And he's Burke. And it's along by Shields. Over the top is Matsuda, who has dropped a bit deeper to compensate for that Galea substitute. Burke to Miyata, who crosses the ball in to try find someone. Nobody. And he's Kane. Long to Brown. And then out wide to Boutrous, who knocks the ball on quite nicely, and it is crossed into the middle of the box. Nobody's there. And that was a beautiful piece of football there by Danny Boutros. And that's Peel. Sends along to Cooper. Burke. Peel. Against Kane. And it looks like it's going to be Danny Boutros who's chasing. And it also does look like there has been a second change for Heidelberg, interestingly. It does look like Samantha Kerwood-Wagner has come on for the home side. We'll get confirmation for who that actually is. But here's Peel. And it's Peel will go from distance. It is deflected by Kane. And it's Hazen. Matsuda. Cleared. So back to Matsuda. Matsuda goes around one. Goes into the middle of the park. And here's a substitute. It does clear it, and it has gone out for another throw. And it does look like Catherine Valhopoulos has gone off. Of course, in place of Samantha Kerwood-Wagner, which would make sense. Why Matsuda has dropped a bit deeper and Nicole Cooper's gone up front. But here's Kerwood. It's just gone shy of the post. Of course, Heidi Droll, right back today for the Burgers, is a New Zealand youth international, just 17 years of age. And that's a long ball sent to Maddie Rakic, of course, who was playing right back last year for the Burgers. And that's Hasten. To Peel. To Matsuda, back to Peel. Peel strikes along the floor, out. And it's gone straight back out. Son. There'll be Cameron Barrero to take it, but there will be a change for the home side. Coming off, it is number 12, Mary Brown, and coming on will be number 41, Ava Papaleo. 17-year-old Ava Papaleo comes on. Like-for-like change for the Lions. And Melbourne Victory has just gone 2-0 up against Auckland away. And it's Cameron Barrero to take the throw. Rakic. Here's the sub, Papaleo. And Rakic. And out for a throw. Bit vocal there as well. Is Barrero who goes along. Rakic headers. And it's going to be Saleh. Miata over the top to try find Cooper. It's a free kick for the Lions. Molly Burke. Of course, it will be Renahan to take. Renahan goes back to Kozamara. And Kozamara, long ball. And here is a substitute. Kerwood-Wagner. Kane sends the ball long way out wide to Josefsky. She's not offside. And she's only got Cameron Barrero on the inside. She sends it out to Papaleo. And Papaleo tries to cross it in. Deflected back to her. And still Papaleo now on the edge of the box. She goes wide all the way. Back to her. And it's a free kick. And it's Mia Bailey to take it. And she's gone long. And she has found her marker. It's Cooper and Peel here. But Peel's got space and she does go to Cooper out wide. And Cooper crosses the ball in. She does get another chance though. She's going to leave it. And it will be a throw. Cameron Barrero will take her time to take this. And there is 70 minutes on the clock here at the Veneto Club. Of course, Heidelberg, top of the league after that 3-0 loss just in Royals by South Melbourne, Hellas. No longer undefeated in this league, 9 games in it took him. But here's a chance for Matsuda. He's a bit sandwiched, but his shield goes all the way. Headed on. And Rakic tries it. And he's Buttress. It's causing all sorts of problems for Heidi Dry. And taken quickly and try to back heel. It's going to be another Lions throw. This time Grace Cognina will take it. And sent it into the box. Shouts for a penalty. No penalty. Kazamara. Kane. Down the line to Buttress. Tripped. Let's play on. And it's long. And there is shouts for a free kick again. But that'll be Renahan. And Miata now battling. She doesn't get it, but Fafaleo deals with it nicely. And it's a long ball sent down the middle of the park. Deanna Buttress will get there. And she will be by herself in the middle of the park. She is pushed over once again. But there is no call. And is Lions attacking. But Heidelberg have an opportunity to go the other way. And here's Matsuda. Has two either side of her. And here is Bronte Peel. Cuts on the inside. She's got time. Cleared by Maddie Rakic. Coming back to haunt the team that signed her. And here's Cooper. Cleared by Renahan. But here's Miata. And Miata will cross the ball in to Matsuda, who headers it into the arms of Emily Shields. It's under pressure here in the defence. Renahan. Over to Kazamara. A bit of a physical battle in the midfield here as well now. But it will be Matsuda who regains possession and goes over to Peel. He tries to find her player. She doesn't. Doesn't quite get there, but it will be Cameron Barrero to take a throw. Just 15 minutes left of this half as well here at the Veneto Club. Of course, this result isn't a shock. Bulleen Lions have lost 3 games this year. This would be their 4th. Of course, Heidelberg only lost the 1. Is Peel. Miata does nicely to get the ball. Miata cross the ball in to find anybody. Cognina is battling in the back corner with Kerwood Wagner. It's not quite enough. I think the call is a corner. It will be Cameron Barrera to take. We have seen Heidelberg be dangerous from this position. And they aren't sending everybody up Heidelberg. So they do have cover at the back to cover the man who's staying up, Paulo Massey, the goal scorer. But it'll be Barrero with the corner. He crosses it in. It's long and high. Goes over everyone. And the shouts that it's gone out and it will be a keeper kick. Murray. Long. And that's gone straight out by Mayer hastening onto the roof. There is Rakic. Rakic. Cleared. And long to no one. Mia Bailey, not too much issues she's had to deal with today. Of course, she did concede that penalty. It wasn't her fault, but and it will be a long ball to Matsuda. Cooper. And it's long by Burke. And here's Ponte Peel, who is by herself. She cuts on the inside, and she has another chance here to score. It is a beautiful save by Shields. It's gone out for another corner. And it will be a corner. Here's Barrero to take the corner once again. And it will be headed away by a Lions defender. Here's Miyata. Bit of a physical battle again, but the referee doesn't call it. And it will be sent back into the box. And this time for Kerwood Wagner. And out. Another corner. And inside it's a couple. Scrambling in defence per se, the Bulleen Lions are, because this isn't a bad result for them. They have, I guess, only conceded 8 all season, and that's a great cross into the box. Bit of a physical battle here as well on the edge of the area, and it's gone straight out. Matsuda, tripped, play on. And that's Miyata who has a chance here to battle against the defender. Beatrice on the floor. It's gone out by Wild. It's cleared once again, and long. Headed away by Rakic. And Kane. And it will be a throw-in. Mihaly dry. So again, 10 minutes left to play as well. And it's long. To Massey. Cleared by Dry. Burke. Cooper. And long by Hasten. And Massey, who tries it, but here's Miyata. And here's Burn to Matsuda. And Miyata to find Peel, headed away by Rakic. And he Burn. And again by Kozamara. And long down the line to Daniela Butris, who has a chance here to equalise. And she'll go down the line. She's got 3 in the box for her. She's cut on the outside and she'll go herself. Mia Bailey retrieves. Long by Mia Bailey to find Peel. She gets there. Here's Peel. She tries to find Cooper. Doesn't quite get there. It has gone out for a Burgers throw. Barrero to Peel. Peel turns. Free kick for the Burgers. And here's Barrera to take it. Long ball into the box. He goes through everyone. And it's a tackle there by Miyata's on the ball. It's cleared by Shields. And he's Kane. And he's Rakic. Josefsky. Turns. Massey. Massey. It's a beautiful clearance by Renahan. And it's sent all the way back to Kozumura. And over to Renahan. She'll go back over to her centre-back partner. And go long to find Danny Butris. It's headed away by Dry. And it's sent long by the substitute. But he's Kane tries to cut the defence in half. Here's Matsuda. And Ava Papaleo there battling against Miyata. Kane. Saleh. Renahan. Long to Josefsky. Josefsky tries to go on the outside, but Barrero deals with it nicely. And it will be their throw. It's a great save by Massey, and it's a great shot, and it has been pushed out for a corner. Bit of a defensive error there by Mia Bailey. Of course, it will be Nia Saleh to take it with 5 minutes left in this game, plus additional time. But it's gone right into the box to try find the header. It's gone over everyone. Mia Bailey's there scrambling. And it'll be a keeper kick. Once again, more players on the floor with a head injury. Is Bailey, of course, pretty secure in between the sticks. She was a young Matilda in 2018 to the 2022. Spent some time at Brisbane Roar, and then Gold Coast United in 23-24. Obviously did join Heidelberg halfway through last season. It's Holly Dre there. Danny Boutrous, bit of physical battle there with Holly Dre, but Burgers get the better of her. And his Cooper cleared long. And the defence is scrambling a little bit for options here, but Danny Boutrous will try again. And she gets the ball. And it's gone out, this time for another corner. And it's coming for the Lions. They will not back down in this clash against top of the league, Heidelberg Warriors. Obviously do sit 4 points clear at the top of the league now, due to that South Melbourne defeat, 3-0 loss. Saleh, all the way over. Another keeper kick. Of course, Samantha Kerwood-Wagner, the substitute, does bring some international experience to Heidelberg. She is usually a defender. She is playing a bit further forward than her traditional days in America. She did play in England's National League as well, for Rugby Borough FC. She did come on for Catherine Valhopoulos, a midfielder, a centre midfielder. Obviously, Matsuda did drop a bit deeper. Continues her streak of scoring pretty much in every game. She did score 2 last week, as they came 2-0 down. And that's great by Josefsky, and Miyata clears it. And Rakic will take the ball quickly and go down the line to Anais Josefsky, who will, on the volley, cross the ball in. Mia Bailey gets the ball, and she won't be in any rush to kick it out. She's her full allocated time to keep hold of the ball, and she does send it long to try find Peel. And then Nace Josefsky with the ball, and it's a bit of an awkward kick by Maddie Rakic, but Janace Josefsky off the head of Sarah Kane. And it's coming for the Eagles, for the Lions rather. It's coming. They do want it. Evidently they haven't backed down. And this last 20 or so minutes has been all the Lions. See the goal early in the half. Heidelberg have not scored this half, but it was a goal by Barrero and a goal by Matsuda. That is currently the winner in this game. Miyata headers it out, playing a very deep role. Usually the playmaker in this side. She's putting the strings. Long ball by Rakic down the line. Josefsky won't get there. It has gone out for a keeper kick once again. Bailey. Bailey takes her time and kicks it long. And it's a great ball long by Miata. She tries to find Kerwood Wagner. She doesn't. And it will be a line throw once again. And there won't be that much long left on the clock. There was only one injury to Steph Galea. Long. And the throws for the Warriors. The Burgers, rather. And they can go home happy in this 2-1 win. Sitting atop of the NPL Victoria Women's competition. And it's offside Samantha Kerwood Wagner. The flag has gone down. And it's battle in the corner flag, but it's gone. And Danny Boutress is gone flat on the floor, but she will play on. And this is great football by the Burgers. It's long and it's in and out. Barrero. Peel. Rakic. Jasewski. Barrero. Barrero. Nice trickery. She goes all the way down the line. And they go to the corner flag. Try waste some time out in this game. There isn't that much long left either. Shields. Off the head of Burke. Long by Boutress. Cleared by Hayson. And then once again another chance. This time for Dry. And it's going to be Boutress with the throw who passes it over to her left back. Miata. Heidelberg throw. And there's been no more changes since that aforementioned Bonzi Peel and Samantha Kerwood Wagner came on. Of course, just the one change for Bulleen lines as well. It was Ava Papaleo that came on. Pretty confident footballer as well, Ava Papaleo. You wouldn't think she was 17. She's been kind of bossing that midfield and she'd have that one shot. But here's a chance for the Lions to rescue a point out of this fixture for them, who they sit in 5th place. Headed away by Heidelberg. Matsuda's there. And that's full time here at the Veneto Club. It's 2-1 to the visitors. It was a goal from Cameron Barrero in the first half. And a goal by Sawa Matsuda with the 10th of the season. Of course, it was a penalty by Holly Massey. That wasn't enough this second half. But Heidelberg sit atop the NPL Victoria Women's competition. Minos Pavlakis. There's more NPL Victoria action tonight at 7:30 p.m. as well as Melbourne Victory versus Auckland FC over on Paramount Plus. Thank you for joining me this Saturday night. And we'll all see you back here tomorrow for some more action.